Hey, welcome back. 13 minutes past the hour. So educators of all ages are being prioritized for vaccines across the state of Florida and in other states as well. But will they one day be required to get a shot in order to keep working? Our vaccine team's Leah Shields is on your side to verify.
We've heard from so many teachers who get in line to get their vaccine. It's a feeling of relief. Of course, for those people, it is their choice. So the question is, could teachers eventually be required to get a vaccine? Well, the short answer is yes. Second question, could they be required to get a vaccine now? No. We aren't there yet. That's because state health departments can only require vaccines once they get full FDA approval. Currently, none of the COVID-19 vaccines have that. They're all being administered under an emergency use authorization. The timeline for full approval is somewhat unclear to the public, though some previous reports say that Pfizer could apply for full approval next month.
Wanted to protect myself. I'm an educator. I work around students.
If a vaccine is fully approved, state health departments can decide whether or not to require the vaccine. If a state health department does not require one, a school district can still require it. Why? Well, they're an employer, and employers are allowed to make those sort of requirements for their employees. However, the White House and CDC have not said that vaccines should be required for educators. I talked with two of our local school districts about what they're going to do about any possible vaccine mandates. Hear from them in the next half hour on Good Morning Jacksonville. At Gateway Mall, Leah Shields, First Coast News on your side.